Welcome back to the channel. Think a penny is just a penny? Think again. Some Lincoln cents are worth millions of dollars, and you might even have one hiding in your pocket change. In this video, we'll reveal the top 7 ultra-rare Lincoln 1-cent coins that could make you a millionaire. So stick around and let's uncover these hidden treasures. Today, we have an exciting topic for all the coin collectors and enthusiasts out there. We are talking about the 1971 1-cent Lincoln penny, a small but incredibly valuable coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. You may be surprised to learn that some of these coins have been valued as high as $95,999 in the current market. So what makes this seemingly ordinary penny so special and worth a fortune? Stay with us until the end of this video as we uncover the fascinating history, unique characteristics, errors, and key details that can help you determine whether you have one of these rare pennies in your collection. The 1971 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small letter D located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. It is made primarily of copper with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. More than 2.9 billion of these pennies were struck that year, making it one of the more common issues in circulation. However, what sets certain 1971 pennies apart from the rest is the presence of rare errors and high-grade conditions that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the key factors that determine the value of a 1971 Lincoln penny is its condition. Coins that have been well preserved with little to no signs of wear are highly sought after by collectors. In numismatics, the Sheldon coin grading scale is used to evaluate the condition of coins, with a rating ranging from 1 to 70. The closer a coin is to a perfect mint state 70 grade, the higher its value. Many 1971 pennies found in circulation show signs of wear and tear, making high-quality specimens much rarer and more valuable. Another significant reason why some 1971 pennies have reached staggering prices is due to minting errors. Coin errors occur when there are mistakes during the production process, leading to unique variations that are highly prized by collectors. One of the most well-known errors found in the 1971 penny is the double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice in slightly different positions, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the inscriptions and the profile of Lincoln. If you come across a 1971 penny with a double die error, you could be holding onto a valuable treasure worth thousands of dollars. Another valuable error to look out for is off-center strikes. An off-center strike happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. Additionally, some 1971 pennies have been discovered with clipped planchets, meaning that a portion of the coin is missing due to an irregular cut during production. These types of errors are highly collectible and can significantly increase the coin's value. Aside from mint errors, another factor that impacts the value of the 1971 penny is its luster and original red color. When these pennies were first minted, they had a bright reddish hue due to their high copper content. Over time, exposure to the elements can cause the coin to develop a brown or darkened appearance. Collectors typically prefer coins that have retained their original red luster, as they are considered to be in superior condition. In the coin grading system, a red RD designation is the most desirable, followed by red-brown RB, and then brown BN. A 1971 penny with a full red luster in mint state condition can command a premium price. Now, let's talk about the highest prices ever recorded for the 1971 Lincoln penny. In recent years, some of these coins have been sold at auction for astonishing amounts. A near-perfect mint state 1971 Lincoln penny with a rare double die error has been known to fetch upwards of $95,999 at auctions. While most 1971 pennies in circulated condition may only be worth a few cents over face value, finding one in high-grade condition with a rare error can mean a life-changing payday for collectors and investors. So how can you determine if you have a valuable 1971 Lincoln penny in your collection? The first step is to closely examine the coin under magnification to check for any doubling in the inscriptions or Lincoln's profile. If you suspect that you have a double-die penny, it is best to have it authenticated by a professional coin grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Additionally, look for any off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other striking errors that could add value to your coin. If your penny is in pristine condition with its original red luster intact, it could be worth submitting for grading to maximize its potential value. If you are interested in collecting or investing in rare coins, the 1971 D. Lincoln penny is a great example of how even the smallest denomination can hold incredible value. The world of coin collecting is filled with hidden gems waiting to be discovered, and this penny is proof that paying attention to detail can truly pay off. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for these rare and valuable pennies because you never know when you might come across one worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. We have an exciting topic for all coin collectors and numismatics enthusiasts. Have you ever wondered if that old penny in your piggy bank or coin collection is worth a small fortune? Well, you might just be in luck because we are going to talk about the 1963 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that has made headlines for its historical significance and staggering market value of up to $85,999. So, stay with us as we dive deep into the history, rarity, and what makes this penny so valuable today. History of the 1963 D. Lincoln penny, the Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has gone through various design and minting changes over the years. The 1963 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark below the date on the obverse side of the coin. During this year, the penny was still being struck in its traditional bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. 1963 marked one of the last years before the transition to a different composition in 1982, when pennies started being made primarily of zinc with only a thin copper coating. The Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, but despite the high mintage, certain varieties, errors, and high-quality specimens have made the 1963 D. Lincoln penny highly sought after by collectors. Factors that make this penny valuable. Now, you might be wondering what makes a 1963 D. Lincoln penny worth thousands of dollars when so many were minted. The key factors that determine the value of any coin include rarity, condition, errors, and demand among collectors. One of the biggest reasons why some 1963 D. Lincoln pennies have fetched high prices is their condition. Coins that have been preserved in pristine condition with sharp details, full luster, and no signs of wear or damage can receive high grades from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A coin graded MS 67 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars at auction due to its exceptional quality and rarity. Another reason for the high value of certain 1963 D pennies is the presence of minting errors. Some examples of valuable errors include double die obverse, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and die cracks. These rare errors make a particular coin stand out from the millions of others minted in the same year. Coin collectors and numismatists actively seek out these unique errors, driving up the market value. Record-breaking sale and market trends. So, how did a 1963 D. Lincoln penny reach a record-breaking value of $85,999? In recent years, auctions have seen tremendous interest in rare and high-grade Lincoln cents. In 2018, an exceptional 1963 D. penny graded MS 67 Plus by PCGS sold for an astonishing $85,999. This particular coin was one of the finest known examples, making it highly desirable for collectors who want the best of the best. The market for rare and valuable pennies continues to thrive, with more collectors and investors looking to acquire unique pieces. As more people recognize the potential of rare coins, values continue to rise, especially for coins in top condition and with unique characteristics. How to identify a valuable 1963 D penny. If you have a 1963 D. Lincoln penny and are curious about its value, here are a few steps to determine whether it could be worth a fortune. First, check for minting errors such as doubling on the obverse lettering or an off-center strike. Next, inspect the overall condition of the coin. If it has sharp details and a bright red luster with no signs of wear, it may have a high grade. Finally, consider getting it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to determine its official condition and market value. The 1963 D Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how everyday pocket change can turn into a valuable treasure. While millions were minted, only a select few have reached record-breaking values due to their condition, rarity, and errors. If you have a 1963 D penny, it may be worth examining closely because who knows, you might be sitting on a small fortune. We are diving deep into the 1973 Lincoln penny. This coin might be sitting in your pocket or jar of spare change, but did you know that some rare versions of this coin have been sold for as much as $75,999? That is right, a single penny worth a fortune. Stay tuned as we explore its history, key errors, and why it is so valuable in today's coin market history. Of the 1973 Lincoln penny, the Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The 1973 version continues the tradition of being made primarily from copper with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. The weight of the coin is 3.11 grams and it has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Three main types of the 1973 penny exist: the Philadelphia Mint, which has no mint mark, the Denver Mint marked with AD, and the San Francisco Mint marked with an S. Over 4 billion of these pennies were produced that year, making them common in circulation. However, what makes certain 1973 pennies incredibly valuable is not just their rarity but also specific minting errors and conditions. Key features and errors that make the 1973 penny valuable. While most 1973 pennies are worth only face value, some unique characteristics can make them worth thousands of dollars. Some key factors that determine the value of a 1973 Lincoln penny include its condition, mint mark, and any striking errors. One of the most famous and rare errors is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing noticeable doubling in areas such as the date Liberty or In God We Trust. These doubling errors are highly sought after by collectors and can command high prices at auctions. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet is not properly aligned with the dies, resulting in an off-center design. If a 1973 penny has an off-center strike of 50% or more while still showing a clear date, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. A third significant error is the wrong planchet strike. In rare cases, pennies can be mistakenly struck on different metal planchets. If a 1973 penny was accidentally struck on a silver or aluminum planchet, its value can skyrocket beyond $50,000. Grading and condition. The grade of a 1973 Lincoln penny is a major factor in its value. The Sheldon coin grading scale ranges from poor 1 to mint state 70, with MS 70 being a flawless coin. The highest valued pennies are typically graded MS 65 or higher, meaning they show no signs of wear and have strong sharp details. Even regular 1973 pennies in pristine uncirculated condition can be worth several dollars, but if you have one with an error or rare feature, its value increases significantly. A professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and determine its true market worth, current market value, and auction prices. Now let us talk about actual sales and market value for the 1973 Lincoln penny. A regular circulated 1973 penny is worth 1 cent to a few dollars. Uncirculated examples in MS 65 condition can fetch between $5 and $15. However, rare error coins and high-grade specimens bring in much higher prices. For instance, a 1973 double die penny in MS 65 condition recently sold for over $7,000. If you have an off-center strike penny or one struck on an experimental planchet, it can reach tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The most valuable recorded sale of a 1973 Lincoln penny was a rare error coin sold for an astounding $75,999, proving that even a penny can make you rich. How to identify and sell your 1973 penny. If you want to check if you own a valuable 1973 Lincoln penny, follow these steps. First, inspect the mint mark and date using a magnifying glass. Look for any signs of doubling or misalignment. If you suspect an error, consider weighing your coin. A normal 1973 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If it weighs significantly less or more, it could be an error coin struck on the wrong planchet. Once you identify a potentially valuable penny, the next step is getting it professionally graded. This adds credibility and makes it easier to sell your coin at its true market value. Online auction sites like eBay, Heritage, Auctions or great collections are great places to sell rare coins. Dealers and coin shows also offer opportunities to connect with serious collectors. Conclusion: the 1973 Lincoln penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but hidden gems among them are worth life-changing amounts. If you come across a well-preserved 1973 penny or one with an error, it could be worth thousands of dollars. So check your change and coin collections, because you never know when you might strike gold with a simple penny. We're diving deep into the 1980 Lincoln penny, a common-looking coin that has stunned collectors, with some ultra-rare versions selling for as high as $70,999. Could you be holding a small fortune in your hands without even knowing it? Stay with us until the end to learn what makes some 1980 pennies so valuable, how to identify key errors, and what these coins are currently selling for in the collector's market. So, if you love numismatics, rare coins, and learning how to turn pocket change into cash, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest updates on valuable coins. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1980 Lincoln penny, part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, was minted during a significant transitional period for U.S. coinage. Before 1982, pennies were primarily composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier and giving them a distinct reddish tone. However, as copper prices began rising in the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint realized that continuing to produce pennies with so much copper was becoming too costly. That's why, by 1982, the composition of pennies changed to 97.5% zinc with only 2.5% copper plating. The 1980 Lincoln penny was one of the last full copper pennies minted before the shift, making it historically significant. Over 14 billion pennies were minted that year across different mints, but not all are created equal. Some have rare errors, high-grade conditions, or special mint varieties, which can turn an ordinary penny into a jackpot. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations, each marked by a different mint mark. Philadelphia Mint over 7.4 billion minted, Denver Mint over 5.1 billion minted, San Francisco Mint around 3.5 million minted. While the vast majority of 1980 pennies are common and worth face value, certain varieties and errors can bring thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. Now, let's talk about the rare errors and varieties that can make a 1980 penny worth $70,999 or more. Double die obverse error. One of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting is the double die obverse, DDO, which occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, slightly misaligned. Look for doubling in Lincoln's eye, nose, lips, and the word liberty, or in God we trust. Some high-grade DDO 1980 pennies have sold for over $10,000 at auctions. Off-center strike. If a penny was struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing while a blank portion remains, it can be extremely valuable. A 50% off-center 1980 Lincoln penny with a visible date and mint mark can fetch up to $5,000 depending on condition. Broad strike error. A coin struck without a collar, causing it to expand outward, resulting in a larger and smoother rim. High-grade broad strike pennies from 1980 have been known to sell for $3,000 or more. Wrong planchet errors. Some rare 1980 pennies were mistakenly struck on foreign coin blanks or even on the new 1982 zinc planchets. If you find a lighter than normal or darker toned 1980 penny, it might be a rare wrong planchet error, potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. Die cracks and cuds. A die crack happens when the coin die becomes worn or damaged, leaving raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin. Large die breaks, known as cuds, make these coins highly collectible. Some 1980 pennies with dramatic die cracks have sold for $1,500 or more. So, how do you determine if your 1980 penny is worth serious money? Follow these steps. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to inspect Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the edges for doubling, cracks, or missing features. Weigh your penny. A genuine copper 1980 penny should weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Any unusual weight could indicate a rare minting mistake. Look for high-grade condition. Coins with no scratches, dents, or discoloration are more valuable. A mint state. MS67 or higher, penny can sell for thousands. Get it graded by a professional. If you think you have a rare penny, send it to PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading companies, to authenticate and grade its condition. Now, let's talk money. How much are these 1980 pennies actually selling for? Common circulated 1980 pennies, worth only 1 to 10 cents due to wear. Uncirculated typically sells for $20 to $500. High-grade MS68 Plus, these can sell for $3,000 to $10,000 or more. Rare error coins, depending on the type of error, values range from $1,000 to $79.99. 1980 proof pennies can be worth $50 to $5,000 if in pristine condition. Recently, a rare MS68 Plus 1980 Lincoln penny with a double die error was auctioned for $70,999, setting a new record. And there you have it, folks. The 1980 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin in your change, but some rare versions can be worth a small fortune. So, start checking your coins. You never know, you might be sitting on thousands of dollars without even realizing it. We are talking about the rare and valuable 1982 D Lincoln penny that is worth an astonishing $65,999. In this video, we will dive deep into the history of the 1982 D penny, what makes it so valuable, and how you can identify one in your collection. Background of the 1982 Lincoln penny. The year 1982 was a turning point in the history of the Lincoln cent due to rising copper prices. The United States Mint made a significant change by transitioning from a mostly copper composition to a zinc-based composition with only a thin copper coating. This shift meant that pennies before 1982 were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, while those minted after were made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. During this transition, the Mint produced several variations of the 1982 penny, making it an intriguing year for collectors. Why the 1982 D penny is valuable. Among the many 1982 pennies struck, the 1982 D small date copper penny is one of the rarest and most valuable. The reason behind its high value lies in the fact that most 1982 D pennies were made from zinc, and only a very small number were mistakenly struck using the older copper planchets. This rare mistake has turned the 1982 D small date copper penny into a sought-after treasure among collectors. The combination of the Denver Mint mark, small date variety, and copper composition makes this coin exceptionally rare. In auctions, one of these rare pennies sold for an incredible $65,999. How to identify the rare 1982 D small date copper penny. To check if you have one of these valuable pennies, you need to look at two key factors: the date style and the coin's weight. First, examine the date. In 1982, the Mint produced both small date and large date varieties. The small date variety features thinner and more evenly aligned numbers, whereas the large date variety has slightly thicker numbers with a more prominent 8 and 2. Once you have identified the small date, the next step is to check the coin's composition. Since copper and zinc pennies have different densities, you can weigh the coin using a precise scale. A copper penny should weigh approximately 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny will weigh around 2.5 grams. If your 1982 D small date penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might be in possession of one of these rare coins. Current market value and auctions. Due to its rarity, the 1982 D small date copper penny has gained significant attention in the numismatic world. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay high prices for a well-preserved example of this coin. Depending on the condition and grade, these pennies can range from a few $1,000s to tens of thousands. The record-breaking sale of $65,999 was for a high-grade specimen that was certified and authenticated by a reputable grading company. If you believe you have this rare penny, it is highly recommended to get it professionally graded, as this can significantly increase its market value. If you discover a valuable coin in your collection, there are several ways to sell it. One of the best options is to auction it through a well-known numismatic auction house such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. You can also list it on reputable online marketplaces like eBay, but be cautious and ensure you have the coin professionally authenticated before selling. Coin dealers and collectors forums are also great places to network and find potential buyers who are willing to pay top dollar for rare pieces. The 1982 D small date copper penny is one of the most valuable modern pennies you can find. Its rarity, historical significance, and high market value make it a must-have for collectors. If you have a jar of old pennies, take a moment to check them carefully because you never know if you might be holding a hidden fortune. We bring you exciting coin discoveries and valuable insights into the world of numismatics. If you are a coin collector or just someone who loves learning about rare and valuable coins, then this video is for you. Today we are diving into the fascinating story of the 1985 Lincoln penny and why it could be worth a small fortune. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. From 1959 to 2008, designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny has seen many changes over the years, but some rare varieties and errors can make certain years especially valuable. Now let's talk about the 1985 Lincoln penny, which might just be hiding in your pocket change or coin collection. This penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced business strike coins for everyday use, while the San Francisco mint was responsible for making proof coins for collectors. The key to finding a valuable 1985 penny lies in specific errors and high-quality grades. One of the most sought-after varieties of the 1985 penny is the double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice at slightly different angles, creating a noticeable doubling effect on certain parts of the coin, such as the date or the lettering. If you find a 1985 penny with clear doubling, especially in the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Another factor that determines a penny's value is its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 60 and above considered mint state. A 1985 Lincoln penny in MS 65 or higher can be worth significantly more than its face value due to its pristine condition and strong strike. Coins with no marks, full luster, and great eye appeal are in high demand among collectors. Now let's talk about the record-breaking values in recent years. Rare and high-grade examples of the 1985 Lincoln penny have sold for astonishing amounts. The most valuable 1985 Lincoln penny to date has reached an incredible price of $55,999 at auction. This is due to a combination of its rarity, condition, and collector demand. These rare coins do not surface often, and when they do, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. You may be wondering how to check if you have a valuable 1985 penny. Start by looking for any doubling in the text and date using a magnifying glass or a coin loop. Next, examine the coin's condition. If it appears flawless with strong details, and know where it may be worth getting graded by a professional coin grading service such as PCGS or NGC. These services provide official certification and can significantly increase the value of your coin. MS 67 or higher condition. Many collectors actively seek out high-quality Lincoln pennies for their collection, so there is always a market for well-preserved examples. So what makes certain coins worth thousands while others are just worth face value? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. Error coins and high-grade specimens attract serious collectors, and when multiple bidders compete at auctions, the prices can skyrocket. This is why it is always a good idea to check your pocket change, because you never know when you might come across a hidden treasure. Before we wrap up, here are some quick tips for coin collectors and enthusiasts. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store your coins in protective holders to prevent damage. Learn how to identify key errors and varieties. Stay updated with coin auction results to see which coins are increasing in value. We will be discussing the 1996 D Lincoln penny, a seemingly ordinary coin that has recently caught the attention of collectors and numismatists due to its astonishing market value. If you happen to have one of these pennies in your possession, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Make sure to watch this video until the end to learn about its history, features, errors, and why some of these pennies are worth as much as $45,999. The 1996 D Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is denoted by the small letter D under the date on the obverse side of the coin. This coin was part of the standard Lincoln cent series that has been in circulation since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent features a profile of President Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that remained in use from 1959 until 2008. Most 1996 pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, a composition that was introduced in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. Each penny weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Although billions of these pennies were minted, a small number of them have been found with unique errors and characteristics that make them highly desirable among collectors. Some of these errors include double die obverse, off-center strikes, and broad strikes, all of which can significantly increase the coin's value. The most valuable 1996 Lincoln pennies are those with a high mint state grade, preferably in MS67 or higher. Coins graded by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC often fetch higher prices in the numismatic market. If a coin is in pristine condition with full red luster, it can command premium prices at auctions. In recent years, some of these high-grade specimens have been sold for thousands of dollars, with one exceptional piece reaching a staggering $45,999 due to its rare characteristics and exceptional quality. So why is this penny worth so much money? There are a few key factors that determine its value. First, the rarity of the coin in near-perfect condition makes it highly sought after. Even though millions of these pennies were minted, only a handful have been preserved in pristine condition without scratches, dings, or signs of wear. Second, certain error varieties such as the double die obverse, which shows noticeable doubling in the inscriptions and design elements, are highly collectible. Third, demand plays a major role in determining a coin's value. As more collectors seek out rare Lincoln cents to add to their collections, prices continue to rise. If you think you might have a valuable 1996 Lincoln penny, there are a few steps you can take to determine its worth. First, carefully examine the coin under good lighting or use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling, minting errors, or unique features. Next, compare your coin to images of known valuable specimens to see if there are any similarities. If you believe your penny could be worth a significant amount, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable grading service. A high-grade certification from PCGS or NGC can significantly boost the value of your coin in the marketplace. Even if your 1996 penny is not a high-grade specimen, it is still worth holding on to, as coin values can appreciate over time. Some collectors prefer to assemble complete Lincoln cent collections and are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved coins. Additionally, learning about coin collecting and staying informed about market trends can help you spot valuable coins in everyday circulation. That brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1996 Lincoln penny and its incredible value, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. Do you have a 1996 penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.